Hi, this is Finextra at Sibos TV, and we're speaking with Chris Pickles of BT. And this being Sibos, we're going to be talking about financial messaging. So, is financial messaging only really relevant in the post-trade space?
No, it really covers the whole of the trade cycle from pre-trade right the way through to post-trade settlement custody. And it's not just in the trading space, it's also in the payment space as well. I think the thing is we're seeing different standards for different elements of it pushing their way through. Clearly everybody knows about ISO standards, for example, for cross-border payments, but other standards like EBICs that are being used in Germany and now being used in France, standards like fixed protocol, for example, in the trading space. So firms are having to use multiple standards to carry out the different functions that they perform as investment banks or retail banks. And they have to have systems that can deal with all of those different requirements.
So why is secure messaging so important for the financial sector?
I think it's particularly in the payments and post-trade space where that finality of delivery, that proof that both parties have done what they're supposed to do to terminate a deal. They say you can trade all day, but if you can't settle, then all that trading's been for no purpose at all. So proving that that's happened with finality is what counts, and that's why not only secure messaging in terms of stopping people getting into it and changing it, but securing that it arrives and there is proof of arrival, non-repudiable messaging. So that's something we've been doing for about 15 years now.
A lot of people put a lot of stake in ISO 20022. Now, is that the one standard that will solve all our problems?
It isn't, because it isn't the dominant standard, for example, in the trading space or in the real-time market data space or in securities clearing, for example, if you took the derivatives side of the market. But it is something which is absolutely critical to the whole function in the market. I think the other thing is that ISO 20022 is a methodology. It's not a message format like a form you fill in. And so the other standards that are out there in the market used by customers are all working as well to be ISO 20022 compliant. It's actually going to be hard to try and define what is 20022 and what isn't 20022 in future as a result, because they're all trying to get that level of compliance.
It is also sort of the ISO 20022 can be viewed differently by different people. So
there are different syntaxes of it as well in that way. But I think it's something which is used very importantly for international markets and cross-border. I think what we're starting to see is the increasing take-up of it for domestic markets as well. Because some years ago when, for the Giovannini group, it was looked at whether people were actually using these standards for clearing and settlement in securities. It was found, to be honest, they weren't. And gradually that's increasing, and the issues of interoperability for CSDs and CCPs starts to make it even more critical that you've got a common messaging system and a shared platform, something they already use.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.